morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Felton, Delaware. Today's verse is Matthew 6:20. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in or steal. Well, in last week's verse, and I had the link right up here, I showed that there's a lot of forces of nature and also forces of evil men that try to destroy our stuff, take away our stuff. And that's almost a good thing because it helps us to get rid of the dependence on our stuff. And so now we're talking about the positive, storing up treasures in heaven where none of these things can touch them. So how do we do that? Well, let's look at a couple of cross-references. The first one I have is Luke 12:33. It's basically the same verse, but in the Luke version. Sell your possessions and give to charity. Make yourselves money belts which do not wear out, an unfailing treasure in heaven where no thief comes near nor moth destroys. So here it shows the way to get that treasure in heaven is to sell your stuff and give it to charity. So giving away our stuff, selling stuff, giving money to charity, that's how we store up treasures that don't get affected by nature or by evil men. So let's look at another one here, which is quite interesting. It's Matthew 19:21, but I want to jump into it by starting at verse 16. Someone came to him and said, "Teacher, what good thing shall I do that I may obtain eternal life?" And he said to him, "Why are you asking me about what is good? There is only one who is good, but if you wish to enter into life, keep the commandments." Then he said to him, "Which ones?" Jesus said, "You shall not commit murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, honor your father and mother, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself." The young man said to him, "All these things I have kept. What am I still lacking?" And before I get to the main verse I want to hit, let me summarize a couple of things. First of all, this guy comes to Jesus hoping to just know, well, can I just do one thing and get into heaven? And kind of ignoring the whole relationship thing. But he wants to do one deed. A lot of people want to do this. And Jesus kind of toys with him. Well, if you want to enter life, just keep the commandments. Then he continues. Well, which ones? Jesus lists some very familiar ones from the Ten Commandments, plus also adds, love your neighbor as yourself, which I think is interesting. The young man says, I've kept all of these things. What am I still lacking? Now, I don't know if this guy really kept all of those things, but Jesus doesn't counter that, so let's assume that he did. He still knows he is missing out on something, even if he's keeping the commandments. There's something relational that's not there. And Jesus said to him, if you wish to be complete, go and sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come follow me. Now that's quite a statement there, especially because it says that this man was fairly rich, and it would be difficult to sell all of his stuff. It doesn't say sell all your possessions, but that's kind of the intention there. So I think about this and I think, gee, could I really sell all my stuff and give to the poor? And I'm not sure if I could. I'm just being honest with you. But this is how you get that treasure in heaven, is by basically sending it upstairs. Because remember, Jesus says if you give to the least of these, you're giving to him. Now, I've traveled a lot in Europe and some other places, and the interesting thing is America is one place that has a multitude of storage facilities. And it's crazy. There's many of them surrounding most cities. And we have all of our stuff in here. Well, one of the things that I started doing before this RV lifestyle is getting rid of stuff and paring down, and even the stuff on board here I'm paring down to save weight. And so we RVers have an opportunity to really put this into practice. So try it. Get rid of stuff. Give it to the poor, or sell it and give the monies to the poor, and see how much closer we can get to Jesus, because that's where the real treasure is. If we love every moment, we're gonna love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.